Morning guys, how are we doing? Welcome to today's video, which is part 2 of our Kanchanaburi trip that we host here at the Buzzin Lounge. We do it every month. You may have just seen part 1. Well, this is part 2. Now, part 2 is the conclusion of day 2 as well as day 3 morning. So I'm going to condense them all into this video. But you know, if you haven't been, guys, please, honestly, consider this trip. It's something that will remain with you for the rest of your life. It's something you'll enjoy. You'll look back and think, God, I'm really glad I've done that. If you only look through our trip reports on Discord, people have been to Kanchanaburi. Some guys have been openly honest, said I wasn't really sure, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was fantastic, far better than what I was expecting. So guys, you know, the girls of bars will always be here, but come and witness a part of history that, you know, you won't ever forget. So, day 2. Well, we woke up in the morning, we had our breakfast. I giggle when I say breakfast. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. You know, for some it's okay. For me, I'd rather hurry up and get it done. And then what we did was we then headed over. We took the short drive over to the first stop of the day, which is the prisoner of war camp. Now, the prisoner of war camp is right by the bridge over the River Kwai. So we go past the hospital, which was there for the POW, for the prisoners of wars. And then we get into this POW camp. Now, to be honest with you, I think the camp's mainly aimed at the tourists rather than replicating the exact way it was set up. But you can have a wander around. There's a few old jeeps there and a few bits and pieces for you to take on board. And then once we've done the POW camp, the next thing we then do is we then walk up the stairs to go up into the bridge over the River Kwai. Now, this is a replication bridge because obviously they blew the original one up. And when you go on the bridge, you will see 2 sets of train tracks. The outer set is the one that they use now for the commercial use. So when the train's running, because it does go to various train stops along the route. So that's the outer one they use, but the inner one was the original one that they used when it was back in the day. So we get up onto the bridge and then we walk over. You know, and it's a time to reflect. It's a time to look around you and think to yourself, God, you know, imagine what it must have been like. Imagine how you would have felt being part of this and the atrocities that took place. It really is something when you sit back and think, wow, you know, we think we're having a bad day. This is absolutely insignificant compared to what these people had to endure, the soldiers here had to endure. Along the bridge, you'll see the arches. Now, there are curved arches and there are straight ones. The straight ones are the original. The curved ones are replications. So, again, it's just another way to showcase the difference in the structure of the building there. We walk across the bridge, which we stayed there for about 10, 15 minutes, give you a chance to take it in. And then once you've done that, you know, you can see the side, the restaurants, etc. Once we've done that, we then go back onto our minibus. And then what we do is we head over to the train station, the Kanchanaburi train station. Now, we do this for a specific reason. If we got and stayed on the train station that we were at with the bridge, unfortunately, it is very, very popular with a lot of tourists, so it's very crammed, and therefore seating is not always best. We need to sit on the left-hand side of the train as we're heading to our destination, because that way you get by far the best views around available, and we obviously want to try and stay as a group. So we drive down to the train station. Once we get to the train station, Susan, our tour guide, takes care of all of our tickets, etc., and then we get on board the train. Don't expect some high-speed train that's go from, I don't know, say Europe to China, or whatever. Nothing like that. It is a very old, rickety, non-air conditioned train, but it gives you the feel, it gives you the vibe of what to expect. It's very similar train style to the one when I do the train from here to Bangkok, and I will do that one again soon. So I know a lot of you enjoyed that, and some of you missed out. But anyway, we sit on the train. We are kept as a group. Susan does a great job of keeping us as a group. And then we head off and we go over the bridge. We go over the bridge over the River Kwai and we keep continuing. The train journey takes about an hour and a half. And it's a really, really nice opportunity to see the countryside, to see all the different things as we go past, the plantations, the farmers working, all these kind of things. You know, and this is, again, it's another aspect where I keep saying to you guys, where we are here in Pattaya, yes, it's an entertainment zone. It is not Thailand. When you're riding past miles and miles of plain, beautiful, untouched fields and mountainsides, etc., that's when you start to appreciate what Thailand really has to offer. We carry on our journey. Like I said, it takes about an hour and a half, and then eventually we start getting to where we're going to be, which is the prisoner of war cave. And as we approach it and we look down into the river, it's beautiful. You know, serene. The surroundings are really surreal. It's a really, really beautiful area. And, something that you'll look back at and think, oh, that was so nice. Once we get there, the next thing we do then is we then go to the prisoner of war cave. Guys, when you go to the prisoner of war cave, I'm guilty of this myself. Sometimes we just walk around we kind of look at the aesthetics and think, oh yeah, that's interesting. That looks there, yeah, okay. But we don't really actually take time to take on board what it is we've actually looked at. There's a really good signboard there. Please have a read about it. It'll explain everything to you about what the conditions were and how they had to work, etc. So have a look at that, guys. And then you go into the cave itself. And when you do go into the cave, just keep walking ahead. Some people don't see this. They stop at the end because they can only see a small hole in the far distance and think, oh, that's it, let's turn around. Go through the small cave hole, because you'll then go into another, you can really start to understand what conditions that the POWs had to endure and what they had to live in. It's horrific. So once we've done that, you come out and you walk over the bridge. Now, this bridge, I didn't know this is something I was told by Coops. The bridge there, when the workers, the very first one actually collapsed. The first one collapsed, killing thousands of people. So this one was the second one that they'd built. So we walk along that, and then we head down to where we're going to go to have our food. This area where we have our food, in my opinion, is better than the first day. It's a much bigger restaurant, holds a lot of people. But again, you get the opportunity to sit down, enjoy your food. It's a help yourself buffet. There's plenty of food available, plenty of drinks available. All you will pay for is any alcoholic or non-alcoholic drinks, but water is provided. And you can sit down and you get to sit on the river and just look back along where you've walked from. And it's just a time to reflect. It's a time to sit there and think, so, wow, imagine, we sit there in our little world we're in now, but imagine going back and being part of it for real. I think that would be absolutely insanely hard to enjoy and to understand. But these guys did it, and they did it for real. Once we've had our food, we then headed off. We then drove over towards Hellfire, to the Hellfire Pass. The drive's about an hour long. It's another opportunity to see what's going on as you go past everything. And then once we get there, we then arrive at Hellfire Pass. All I can say to you guys is that Hellfire Pass, this next hour and a half of your life will stay with you forever. It's something that you will not forget in a hurry, and you shouldn't forget for all the right reasons. When we arrive and you go into the first part where all the names of all the people that sadly lost their lives, just take a second just to stand still and just listen. A lot of people miss this, but you'll hear the ding, 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 and this is replicating the sledgehammer hitting the steel spike into the walls where they would later on put the dynamite and the explosives to blow up the pass and gain access. But just take your time. When you are taking that time, look to your left and look to your right and see the hundreds and thousands of people that have lost their lives to do what we are now going to go and experience ourselves. Once you're in there, you walk into the side. There's lots of information. There's lots of the survivors are telling their stories. And there's a big, giant cage in the middle, a steel wire cage with rocks in it. Take a chance to stand in front of that. And when you stand in front of that, take on board the size of that cage of rock and then look at the floor. And on the floor, you will see a small, and I'm talking tiny, palm of your hand size bowl, which is what they would get in payment in terms of rice. So they would get that amount of rice for an insanely huge amount of rock that they had to get it and extract from the passway. Insane. Once you do that, we then go inside to the cinema. This cinema, I can openly say it will affect many of you. Some of you won't expect it, but it will. When you start listening and seeing everything and hearing the accounts of what happened, there is no shame in being upset and having tears in your eyes. We've seen people on these trips before, break down in tears. It's an emotional situation to think that human beings can do such atrocities to each other. We watch the video. Once we've done the video is about 10 minutes long. Then you get given your headset, which is a headset to help you while you're walking through the Hellfire Pass to understand what exactly went on. There's checkpoints all on the way. You then go down the stairs. The stairs are quite steep, so be prepared for that, guys. If you are someone that can't do the stairs, but you can do the walk, then we can arrange transport to quickly run you down there so you can join us at the walk and then continue the walk. We walk along the pathway, the Hellfire Pass, and it's one of those walks when you're walking down there, like I say, you are going to see things and you'll see tributes to the soldiers that lost their lives. It's something that is just, I can't explain it and do it justice. All I can say to you guys is just do it and you'll understand. The walk isn't too far. I don't know off the top of my head exactly how far, but it's not far. It's easily achievable. And when you walk through the cutting, the main cutting where they were blowing up the explosives and pursuing the pathway, take time to reflect and to have a look on the either sides where people are paying their tributes, and you'll see the You'll even see some of the old spikes that are still remaining to this day, the steel spikes that they're putting in there ready to get the dynamite. We get to the very end, and there's a tribute there at the end to all the soldiers that lost their lives. Take an opportunity to read that, and then once you've done that, we then turn around and then we head back up. Remember the steep stairs down? Well, you got the steep stairs to go back up, so be prepared for that, guys. That is ahead of you. Once we've done that, we then normally have a quick cup of tea, and there's a cafe right on the corner, so you can have a coffee or whatever, and then we then drive back. That's it for our day two. We drive back to the hotel. I think it's an appropriate way to do that, simply because it gives you time to sit in the bus, and you'll be amazed. We've sit in the minibus, and people are all bouncing around and everything before you get to Hellfire Pass. Then we do that, and then you sit down, you listen to in the back, and you think, people are not talking about what they are. If they are talking, they're talking about what they've just witnessed. And it's something that will live with you for the rest of your life, trust me. We get back to the hotel, it's about an hour's drive away, and then you give yourself some time to have a relax and rest, etc., and then get ready for our night out for day 2 of our evening entertainment. So day 2, we go out, and this time we have a meal together, and the meal's at Bell's Pizzeria. The food in there is nice. It's doable. So you have food in the restaurant, and then you've got a few hours for yourself to go out and do whatever it is you wish to do. Last time we all stayed as a group. Sometimes it's nice to have a big group, so we just sit there. It's an opportunity to discuss what you saw in the day, also what you saw yesterday. So it's a nice opportunity to sit down there, chat about things, and have a few drinks, and just, be grateful for what we've got and what we haven't had to endure. Once we had our night out, then obviously back to the hotel, and then in the morning we have an early start, guys. Okay, the reason we have an early start is so we can get back in time here into Pattaya and avoid all the traffic. So we're up nice and early. We're checked out en route by about 7 a.m. in the morning, and we're now going to drive to the first one, which is our first temple. The Dragon Temple, I really enjoyed. Rick and myself, when we did this, the last time we climbed to the very, very top. However, due to time restrictions and the fact that it's an incredibly hard climb, we don't do it anymore. But you still get to see some incredible views. We take it up 3 levels. You go up to the 3rd level. Be prepared, guys. This is not an easy climb. Even though it's only 3 levels, it's still quite demanding. So be prepared for that, guys. But as you go up, you've got nice little vantage points where you can stop, take in the views, etc., as you're climbing up through into the Dragon Temple. When you get to the top one, when you get to stage 3, we go inside the cave, and it's beautiful. Thailand is just overrun with all these fantastic temples and these different things that you can go and explore. And as I said earlier, we just don't get to see them. You've got to check these things out, guys. Come out here on holiday, please consider doing this trip, even just to get yourself away from the bar scene for a while. It's an amazing trip. The Dragon Temple, in my opinion, is one of the nicest temples around. I'm very fortunate with Rick. We went to the very top. We saw that. So getting to the very, very top, the views were incredible. You can see the views now at this level. Imagine another 6 levels up. The views were phenomenal. Once we've done the Dragon Temple, we then head off and we go to our last point of call. The drive to the Tiger Temple is not very far at all. When you are approaching the Tiger Temple in the vehicle, please take the opportunity to look out and see the temple in all its glory as we're approaching. It's really, really nice. But once you get the opportunity to get there and have a look at that. We get to Tiger Temple. We go up only a small flight of stairs, guys. It's not a big set of stairs. We go up a small, probably about 30 steps. And once you get there, the views are absolutely breathtaking. You can see for miles and miles and miles. Once you've taken in all the scenery and you've done all your selfie pictures and everything, have a wander around the temple, have a wander around the Tiger Temple. Back in the day, there used to be tigers roaming around. Nowadays, they're not here any longer. But when you go inside the temple, take a look at the decor. And there's also a gong there, which you can try and rub your hands on. And if it makes a humming sound, that's meant to be good luck. I managed to do it last year, last time I went, but I didn't manage to do it this time. So I don't know, maybe my luck's changed. I'm not sure. But we have a wander around there. We've probably spent about 30 minutes at the Tiger Temple. And then once we've done that, we are then job done, good to go. That's your opportunity. Then we get back on the bus. And then we take our journey leading back. We drop our tour guide off on the way, Susan. We drop her off and thank her for her time. She's brilliant. She speaks very, very good English. She knows the tour inside out. She's a wealth of knowledge. So again, if you are someone who wants to get a bit more information, take the time to speak to her. She's very, very nice. She'll help you out. She'll talk to you about all the things you need to know. Once we've done all that, we'll drop Susan off. Then we take the journey home. Now, the journey back's about a couple of hours first. And then we'll take the opportunity, once we get past Bangkok, and we're on our way back down about 2.5, 3 hours. Then we'll take the opportunity to stop, have a quick toilet break, as well as give you a chance to get some food. Once we've done that, then it's back to Pattaya, about another hour's journey, hour and a bit's journey, and that's it. We come back to the Buzzin Lounge here, and you are good to go and do your thing. And hopefully you'll reflect back and say, do you know what? I'm chuffed a bit I did that. It was an experience. It was something I wasn't expecting. It was better than what we thought it would be. And hopefully you'll consider the thing, yeah, I'm glad I've done that. All right, there we are. That is it for me today, guys. Like I say, please have a look in Discord. It's all there for yourself. It's all the reviews, all our past rooms, etc. Have a look in there, guys. And if you are coming out and you would like to book a trip, you need to get in touch with me, 247pattaya@gmail.com. If you want to make a payment for your ticket overseas, because it's a first come, first served basis. So people that are here, walk in the lounge, come and get your ticket that way. And if you're not here, but you want to secure your place, get in touch with me overseas. Send me through your details. I'll tell you how to pay, and then you've got your seat secured, ready for when you get out here. But it's a journey and an experience you won't forget. Okay, that's it for me. Thank you very much indeed for watching. As always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when we bring out a new video. If you haven't, and I mentioned earlier, jump into Discord. Discord is completely packed full of loads of information. Yes, we've got Kanchanaburi dedicated rooms. We've also got lots of other rooms about the bars, the restaurants, the hotels, things to do here in the city and around the country. So have a look in there, guys. It's totally free of charge. If you want to find out about daytime stuff, join us on TikTok, and nighttime stuff, join us on Instagram. Just type in Buzzin Pattaya. There's links in the video description down below, and all will appear. If you haven't, have a look at kick.com/Buzzin Pattaya. Join us on there, guys. It's over 4,500 people now on our channel. It's an unfiltered, uncensored videos live streaming platform. We've got some great stuff coming to you next year. It keeps you in touch with the city. It's uncensored, unfiltered, meaning we can show you a lot more on there than what we can't show you on here. So have a look at that, guys. Please come and join the fun. And if you'd like to receive our monthly newsletter, again, please send me an email, 247pattaya@gmail.com. Just type in the header of the email, newsletter. That's all you need to say. It gets picked up and we'll put in our newsletter folder. Bo sends out her newsletter at the end of every month. It's packed full of information. It's brilliant. She does a really, really good job on there. So have a look at that, guys. All right, there we are. That's it for me, guys. Thank you very much indeed for watching. And please, as always, wherever you're in the world, stay safe.